Breaking F1 news, Max Verstappen says it is over. He no longer has any chance to win the World Drivers' Championship at Red Bull. Helmut Marko calls an emergency meeting to find out what is going on and what they can do to try and improve the car for the actual Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And Yuki Tsunoda says, hey, it wasn't me, defending himself. It is all going on. We have the full story. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. Smash a like on the video. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our content. It's very much appreciated. So we need to get to the start of this story. And it's all, we're going to start with Max Verstappen's comments immediately after the sprint race. So Verstappen, obviously, immediately after qualifying, sorry. So after qualifying, Max Verstappen put that Red Bull P16 out in Q1. Yuki Tsunoda could only manage P19. Yeah, terrible qualifying for Red Bull. And so Max was asked about his chances in the 2025 title fight. And after qualifying, Max said to Sky Sports F1, I can forget about that. When the reporter asked, Max said, yeah, for sure. We are where we are starting. This is not going to work. And with these kind of performances, I mean, forget about it. And it wasn't just him saying that. Helmut Marko really following up, saying the qualifying session was a complete disaster. He also said our chances in the World Championship have now dropped significantly. It's basically over for Max unless a miracle happens tomorrow. So Max, dejected, says it's all done. Helmut Marko saying the same things. But Helmut Marko calls a meeting at Red Bull happening today, this morning, ahead of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Because what he said was, we now need to find out what we're going to do about this situation. Whether, for example, we're going to make drastic changes again. That would mean we have to start from the pit lane. But before we do that, we need to sit down together and consider what the best option is. I mean, the circuit got faster and we lost time in all sectors. In fact, there was even less grip. Why? We need to find out now. But the damage has been done and now we'll see what we can make of it. But it doesn't look good. He also said we brought new parts, or partially new parts, to Mexico, which did not deliver the hoped for success. He said, based on that, we thought we would find the right direction, but that's not been the case. So we have to look at where we took the wrong turn, because this gap, especially the fact that we lost time in sectors 1 and 3, while the gap in sector 2 remained the same, means we didn't gain anything there, but we clearly lost out to others. Because what he's basically saying is, how is this happening? We improve the car, we get Max back onto a P1 position, winning back-to-back Grand Prix, and now we've gone backwards. And who's making those decisions? Well, we have to look at Laurent Marquez in this, and Laurent Marquez did comment. So Laurent Marquez said he admitted that a painful price was paid for taking a bold approach with the RB21 for Brazil qualifying. It's fair to say that we took some more risk before qualifying to see if we could put the car in a better place. And it obviously went the opposite direction. So that's where we are now. It's sometimes the price you pay when you take a risk. You cannot always go your way. It's painful, but it's something we can learn from and improve. Well, that's easy to say when you've literally just cost Max Verstappen the World Drivers' Championship. So why did you make these big decisions? Where did you get the data from? Bring in Yuki Tsunoda, who now feels like his head is on the chopping block, as if he might be the scapegoat for all of this. So he's had to come out and say, hey, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that Max Verstappen is out in Q1. But why is he saying that? It's because Yuki Tsunoda denied that his setup is to blame for Max Verstappen's early exit in Q1, because they were using Tsunoda's car as a test bed for different setups for Max Verstappen, right? And this is what Yuki said. He said, some things we changed for the sprint race gave us a good idea how to make the car better, we thought. I think a couple of things that he also took was from the setup that I was using. Now, I don't want to blame my setup because I think the setup was okay. just the main thing is really being able to make the tyres work. I think from our side of the garage, we were able to make some good amount of steps in terms of the parts we changed after the sprint race. And I feel clearly better in the car. But an issue came out, which seems like it's quite big. It's a shame that we're not able to maximise that opportunity. But I'm not even sure what Yuki's saying here. I don't know why Yuki's saying that his car was okay when he only qualified P19. Obviously, your setup's awful. Obviously, the car's awful. But the telemetry, the data from Yuki's car setups is what they're using to try and make improvements to Max's car. They rolled out some of those improvements, which obviously aren't improvements. Now, here's the question. Is it because you've got a driver like Yuki in the car giving feedback and the telemetry they're getting isn't necessarily as good as telemetry you get from a driver like Max Verstappen, because Max is a god tier driver, so you can really see what the car can do and what it can't do. So all of that, using Yuki as a test bed might not be that helpful to Max. They then go for some radical changes on the car to try and make it better, when all they did is make it worse. And I don't know at what point in the weekend where someone's looked at Yuki's car and gone, hey, that seems to be working. Tell me. I don't know. At what point in the weekend where Yuki's setup looked like, oh, that's a good way to go. I can't see that was anywhere. All I can see is, as they've added some more updates over the last couple of weekends, that it's not really helping the car. They're going the wrong way. And I don't think you can blame Yuki Tsunoda for that. I think you're going to have to look at team principal Lauren McKees. He's making those decisions. He is making those decisions. And Helmut Marko now is really taking control by saying, everybody, we're having a team meeting and we're going to get to the bottom of it to see what we can do about this car and this weekend. But when a driver says it's over, and when the guy, the sole director of Red Bull Racing is basically agreeing with saying, yes, it's over, it's heads are going to roll. Someone needs to be blamed, because Max Verstappen was on a charge and he was really bringing the fire and he was looking good to be very, very competitive for the World Drivers' Championship. So what are they going to do today? Well, we haven't had the Sao Paulo Grand Prix yet. Improvements can be made to the car. Verstappen's P16. He won the race from P17 last year. Granted, there was weather, there was incidents. We might get that today. So it's going to make for an interesting Grand Prix. But yeah, right now, that is your breaking news. Drama in the Red Bull camp, and Helmut Marko is going to get to the bottom of it and see what they can do today to improve the car. But he really is undermining Lauren McKees as team principal. It's not Lauren McKees calling this big meeting, looking like he's taking action to try and get to the bottom of it. It's Helmut Marko. But let's see how that turns out. But that's your breaking news. Red Bull in chaos before they've even turned a wheel for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Don't forget, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't done already. Hit the bell so you can keep up to date with any of our content. We will be streaming live with live timings for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix for the watch along a little bit later at 5:45. Please join me then. And for now, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ta.